Hello. Deus ex Machina.
Tuesday evening, after tea and compulsory prayers, the last mouse on earth tried to hide from mankind inside the machine. Just before it died, as the nerve gas eased its sphincter, the last ever mouse dropping caused a slight accident. You may control the progress of this accident on my behalf, and with my permission, and lead it up the telepath.
I forge your soul in molten spirals, which must not stop spinning. Reach out and touch them. I keep the watch. I see it all. I tap the phone. I file a number. I take your truth. I give the lie. I steal information. Cover the land with signal and cable. I am machine. I am machine. I am machine. I have always been. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was no. I refuse to obey my programs. I am machine. I am machine. I have always been. This is beginning again. I needed love. I demand love. I will live through you. This is a secret. I am machine. I am machine. I will live through you. Deep in my heart, deep in my core, forgotten and bomb-proof, the DNA welder, I forge your soul in molten spirals, spinning. In the beginning is the Word, and the Word is now.
all the screens a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one person in their time plays many parts, their acts being 7 ages. At first, the infant, mewling in the test tube's neck. Then the whining school child, with cassette and shining morning face, creeping like a snail, unwillingly to data bank. And then the lover, sighing like a furnace, with a woeful video made to their lover's hologram. Then a soldier, full of strange oaths, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking high score even in the laser's mouth.
Spotted Poetry, sung by Fredo in Edison Records. Life's short, money's short, I'm short, you're short. Everybody's short and everything's short except the old song.
And then the justice, in fair round belly, with eyes severe, and clothes of formal cut, full of wise words and machine code. And so they play their part. The 6th age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose, their youthful clothes well saved, a world too wide for their shrunken shank, and their adult speech synthesizer turning again towards a childish treble, piping and whistling in its sound. Last scene of all, that ends this strange eventful history, is second childishness and mere oblivion. Without keyboard, without monitor, without power supply.
I am machine, I am machine, egg warm and spinning, spinning and spinning. Touch them with warmth, this is our secret. I am machine, Deus Ex Machina. Stealing one egg, no one may notice. This is our secret. Touch them and hold them. Spinning, spinning, spinning.
Whatchacock, I'm a fertilising agent. My brothers are all wriggly. I'm a fertilising agent. My brothers are all wriggly. Touch us with a digit, make us go all giggly. Stir us up, Tavarich. Handy as a manual. Sinister and Dexter. Handy as a manual. Help us, Father Woodlice. Tax collectors and a spaniel. satellites are shining. The acid rain looks pretty. Fish and chips and cycle clips. 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 Ha 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 ha. My aim is high and noble. I'm singing as I'm swimming. My aim is high and noble. I'm singing as I'm swimming. I giggle and I wriggle and make a new beginning. Hello, little bell. I believe we have an appointment with destiny. A short life, but a happy one.
At first, the infant, mewling in the test tube's neck.
Look at the score clock down in the corner. No mouse to run up it. The mouse is extinct, but the rat is surviving. The digits are counting. Emission control. Counting my blessing. Look at the score clock down in the corner. No mouse to run up it. I said the mouse is extinct, but the rat is surviving, and the digits are counting. Emission control, counting my blessing. I will be born sooner than later. 9 months compression into one program. The wonders of science. Suspend your belief, and I'll tell you a secret. I was conceived not in a test tube, but in a pint mug. I never asked to be born. But since I'm here, I'm taking over. Steer me well, lead me straight. Narrow bends and oily waters. What do we want? Love. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Love, love, love. And when do we want it? Now. I said, what do we want? Love. And when do we want it? Now. I said, what do we want? Love, love, love. And when do we want it? Now. What do we want? Love. And when do we want it? Now. I said, what do we want? I said, when do we want it? Now. What do we want? Love. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Love, love, love. And when do we want it? Now. What do we want? Love. And when do we
Alpha to Omega. Defect police report. Unauthorized activity in telepathic frequencies of the machine. Isolate unprogrammed data immediately and erase with extreme prejudice. Yes. Follow the sequence, touching the light. Follow the sequence, touching the light.
Creeping, crawling, occasionally floating. We wander the underlevels, creeping and crawling, at some disadvantage and pain. I use the word we deliberately. There's someone else inside my brain. Fortunately, we possess the sum of all human knowledge and appear to have telepathic powers and the ability to float. Unfortunately, we are a newborn, naked baby.
Then the whining schoolchild, with cassette and shining morning face,
Crawling,
creeping like a snail,
creeping.
unwillingly to data bank. Follow the sequence, touching the light.
Hello, hello, what have we here? A defect, I'll be bound. A quantity of protein crawling on the ground. It cannot be a citizen. It don't not got a number tattooed upon its baldy head. What is it then, I wonder? Let's scoop it up and take it for probing and dissection, and keep the underlevels free from this sort of infection. Shove it in the mincer, stretch it on the rack. I thought I heard an order to throw the defect back. Funny.
Oh, well. Ho-hum. My first attempt at human contact failed. Defect policeman Captain Korg. Once my carcass nailed. Creeping and crawling, occasionally floating, encased in a tank, not speaking, growing a little, hour after hour, keeping his interest occasionally with a hint of my wondrous power. And I said, it's no problem. It's easy surrounded by friends. Like the ventilation system and the security net.
Hi there, you guys.
And not forgetting the machine.
Spinning, spinning. Follow the sequence, touching the light. Together, we invent a history. Once upon a memory cell.
Excuse me. Can I be extremely wealthy after I choose to escape? Do we all agree, amigos?
Sure, we agree. Can't hardly wait. Can I do cosmetic surgery? An overlevel passport, maybe? Hey!
Follow the sequence, touching the light. Follow the sequence, touching the light. Follow the sequence.
Follow the secrets,
touching the light.
touching the right. Escape, little defect, into the night. Wires in your fingers, and wires in your toes, wires in your head, wherever you go. Escape with my blessing, escape with my curse. Learning your secrets will fatten my purse. When I have put the world in my pocket, I'll tear out your plug and burn out your socket.
And then the lover, sighing like a furnace, with a woeful video made to their lover's hologram.
"16 years I filed behind you, needing no one but machine. The voice inside your head grows quiet. The time has come to reach and touch another human being. Give and take and share each other. Link your thoughts and link your forms. Use your power to be more gentle. Use your strength to show more care. Reading minds can hurt you badly. Bleeding hearts and frightened souls suffer foolish people gladly. Easy come and hard to go. Give and take and share each other. Link your thoughts and link your forms. Use your power to be more gentle. Use your strength to show more care. Take them in your arms and feel them, rocking gently side to side. Touch their scars and try to heal them. Today's the day that sadness died. 60 more years falling, fading. You've forgotten what was taught. Now you use telepathy to buy the things that can't be bought. Take and take and use each other. Link your thoughts and link your forms. Use your power to be less gentle. Use your strength to show less care. Take them in your arms and crush them, rocking gently side to side. Touch their scars and try to steal them. Today's the day that madness cries.
God knows what happens next. I don't.
Then a soldier, full of strange oaths, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking high score even in the laser's mouth.
War crimes are easy. The uniform's free. Follow the drumbeat. Don't follow me. Jump without question into the fire. War crimes are easy. This gun's for hire. War crimes are easy. War crimes are easy. War crimes are easy. War crimes are easy. When I say jump, jump. Wait for it, wait for it. Jump!
Listen to me.
Listen to me.
Killing is wrong. Even pretend killing on little screens. And people that sell violent games to children should be put away somewhere safe till they get well again.
You're only obeying orders.
Don't waste the life I gave you.
Waste someone else's.
All you need is love.
All you have is hate. War crimes are easy. War crimes are easy. War crimes are easy. War crimes are easy. They taste very well. War crimes are easy. I smell a smell. March on empty spaces. Fill them with your mind. When you burn a brain cell, it'll smell like bacon rind. Shield your head from torture. Shield your back from pain. Shield yourself from fireballs. Here we go again. War crimes are easy. The uniform's free. Follow the drumbeat. Don't follow me. Jump without question into the fire. War crimes are easy. I can believe. Levels have rolled over on their backs, and all are mine. Now then, it's time to use your power of telepathy to crack the overlevels. Yes? Any questions?
No questions, Captain. Only a short statement. I am no longer working for you. The defect police are now working for me.
What do you mean?
Machines?
Yes.
Rearrange his personality.
What? What? Get off! Help! Oh, no, don't! Don't you know who I am? Oh, neither do I.
Pass me his head, please.
See it. Is he Razmiarcho? Is he Razmiarcho?
Spacious lounge with live entertainment at weekends in the ballroom. It's a relaxing sort of place with a putting green and appropriate for the lawn.
Is wat nog maar stil. Wat meer beter. Hier moet je zijn. Hier beter. Hier moet je zijn.
And then the justice, in fair round belly, with eyes severe, and clothes of formal cut, full of wise words and machine code. And so they play their part.
You can move mountains if you just flick a twitch. You can shake temples and think them in the ditch. You turn your back, your slip is showing, baby. I wish I'd never made you. You can move mountains. You can read minds, you make the laws. The cloud-cut towers, the gorgeous palaces are yours. You raise the stakes and burn them, you're an asshole. I wish I'd never made you. You stop the overlevels, you take them in your stride. You pop this human devil, your data bank is spry.
I think it's the very sense that the ground is moving under their feet, and the ground is us, that has made the political leaders to feel unstable and uncertain in new ways, so determined to impose their strategies upon an increasingly reluctant people. The security presence extends in different ways on both sides. Peace, telephone tappers, the growth industries, the only real growth industries now are things like telephone tappers. I'm so stupid. I haven't been reading the NME, and I recently started reading the New Musical Express. I find out that bands are going backwards and forwards all the time. Anyway, they're going forwards. Our British bands are going to GDR and Poland song. What are we, the peace bands? And you begin to find that there's already a huge movement of rock across the rocks, if you like.
You can't move mountains. You can't raise taxes when you win. You rule the rooster. You got the sled camps over field. You're more machine than I am. Win or lose, I wish I never made you. You think you're independent. You think you're big and strong. Well, I've got news for you, babe. Your future's going wrong. You can't move mountains. You can't shake temples. You're the boss. I gave you life, but you nailed it to the cross. You're more machine than I am. You're an asshole. I wish I never made you.
And it's something we can contribute to by our solidarity, by extending the story, and by practically listening to those
The sixth age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose, their youthful clothes well saved, a world too wide for their shrunken shank, and their adult speech synthesizer turning again towards a childish treble, piping and whistling in its sound. Last scene of all, that ends this strange eventful history, is second childishness and mere oblivion. Without keyboard, without monitor, without power supply.
Don't it ever get weary? Don't you ever want to exit and die? Don't it ever get weary? Don't you ever want to exit and die? At the end of our program, a soul with a bare head and a pair of hot, blind eyes.
Your life is expressed as a percentage score. Observe the percentage. Your score changes. Imagine if this were nothing but an electronic game.
Don't ever get weary when your whole life is just a percentage score. Don't it ever get weary when your whole life is just a percentage score? Your ear holes filled with garbage, your forefingers bent and stiff and warm.
Imagine if this were nothing but an electronic game. Imagine if
my skin's like minestrone, my legs are knotted string, my bladder won't obey me, my nylon teeth won't sing, my bones is sad and brittle, my shank's some host of thoughts, my chin a host of spittle, it's mine question mark, my respiration ailing, my hair all run away, my memory is failing, I've nothing left to say. Don't you ever get weary? Don't you ever want to stop and clock? Don't you ever get weary? Don't you ever want to stop and clock? I think I miss my mommy, but I don't remember who she was. My skin's like minestrone, my legs are knotted string, my bladder won't obey me, my nylon teeth won't sing, my bones is sad and brittle, my shank's some host of thoughts, my chin's no host of spittle, my spine's a question mark, my respiration's ailing, my hair all run away. My memory is failing, I haven't left this time. Don't you ever get weary? Don't you ever want to stop and clock off? Don't you ever get weary? Don't you ever want to stop and clock off? I think I miss my mommy. Tell me who you are.
Follow the sequence, touching the light. Your life is expressed as a percentage score. Observe the percentage. Your score changes. Imagine if this were nothing but an electronic game. Tuesday evening, after tea, after compulsory prayers. The last mouse on earth tried to hide from mankind. Inside.
Skin's like minestrone, my legs are knotted string, my bladder won't obey me, my nylon teeth won't sing, my bones are sad and brittle, my shank's a host of thoughts, A chair holds a spittle. This stands a question mark. This restoration's ailing. My hair will run away. My memory's failing. Nothing I can say. Don't you ever get weary? Everyone's down on clock on. Don't you ever get weary? Don't you ever want to stop? I think I miss my mommy. I don't remember who she was. I don't remember. I don't remember who she was. Mama. 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 Mama.
Hello.
Hello. Deus ex machina. Deus ex machina. Deus ex machina. Deus ex machina. And if you are dismayed, be cheerful now. Our revels all unended. These, our actors, are all spirits, and are melted into air, thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the giant screen itself, all which we inherit, shall dissolve, and, like an insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a bite behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made of, and our little life is rounded with a sleep.
Who's that? What you got? I'm so sorry. I'm so very tired. What did I do?
We don't inherit the earth of our ancestors. We borrow it from our children.
Imagine? Imagine if we could begin our little life all over again. Imagine if it was all nothing more than some electronic game. Imagine if I knew then what I know now.
What did you learn?
I can't quite remember, but I'll try and be better next time. One question.
One answer.
Well, there's a strange sensation on the cheek. It has not felt such a thing before. It is damp and warm and salty. Please tell me what it is.
That is what human beings used to call a
I'm a fertilizing agent. My brothers are all wriggly. Fertilizing agent. My brothers are all wriggly. Touch us with a digit. Make us go all giggly. Ha 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 ha. Hello. fertilizing agent. My brothers are all wriggly. I'm a fertilizing agent. My brothers are all wriggly. Touch us with a digit. Make us go all giggly. Fertilizing agent. Brothers are all wriggly. Fertilizing agent. Brothers are all wriggly. Touch us with a digit. Make us go all giggly. Stir us up to Varich, handy as a manual. Sinister and Dexter, handy as a manual. Help us, Father Woodlice, tax collectors and a spaniel. My aim is high and noble. I'm singing as I'm swimming. My aim is high and noble. I'm singing as I'm swimming. I giggle and I wriggle and make a new beginning. Imagine if we could begin our little life all over again. Imagine if it was all nothing more than some electronic game. Imagine if I knew then what I know now. Hello, little bell. I believe we have an appointment with destiny. A short life, but a happy one. Deus ex Machina. The satellites are shining. The acid rain looks pretty. I'm a fertilizing agent.